Layers are a powerful and fundamental tool that we use in AutoCAD every day, regardless of the type of drawing project or file that we're working on. We use layers as an organizational tool to group similar types of objects together so that we can control their visibility. For example, we might create a separate layer for the foundation of the building, and then we'd have another layer to show the exterior walls of the building, and another layer to show the interior walls. We might have a separate layer to show the electrical system, a different layer for the HVAC, and another for the plumbing systems. We do this so that the entire building can exist in one drawing file. We then use layers to control the visibility of the things that we want to see and not see by organizing similar types of objects on the same layer. It is important to understand the layer states. Each drawing can have as many layers as you want, and you can assign just about any name to identify each layer. To organize all of those layers, most people use a logical naming convention. Many professional organizations publish layering standards that you can use to name the various layers in the drawing. We use the layers to control the visibility of objects. When you don't need to see the objects on a particular layer, you can turn the layer off or freeze it. If you do need to see the objects, you can turn that layer on or thaw it. You can edit the geometry on any of the layers. Essentially, if you can see it, you can modify it, regardless of the layer that something has been drawn on. Obviously, you can't select anything that you can't see, so you can't modify geometry on layers that are not visible. But you can only create geometry on the top or current layer. So when you're using a draw command, such as line, arc, circle, or text, any geometry creation command, you can only create the geometry on the current layer. Let's look at this very simple visual to illustrate this concept. Here we see several sheets of Mylar, like what we used to use with pin bar drafting. Or perhaps these are transparencies on an overhead projector. I can have as many sheets as I want. If there's a sheet that has some information or objects drawn on it that I don't want to see, I can simply take that sheet out of the stack. If it's not in the stack, then you can't see that information. In AutoCAD, you can accomplish the same thing by simply turning the layer off. The layer on the top is equivalent to the current layer in AutoCAD. If I were to press the stack of transparencies down and then start drawing with a pen, I'd be drawing on the topmost transparency. In AutoCAD, I'd be drawing on the current layer. So the top sheet is the current layer. If you want to create something on this third sheet, it's important that you take that sheet and you place it on the top before you start to create new geometry, because you can only draw on the top or current layer.